world. Thank you for joining me for this week's edition of the SMIE Consulting Midweek Roundup. My name is Marty Bennett, and we're coming to you live from APAIE, the APAIE Conference being held this year in Bangkok, Thailand. And we're in the exhibit hall where I've been spending most of my time. Conference started yesterday, running through tomorrow afternoon, Thursday afternoon. We're had the opportunity this year, since I've made the move to UNLV last May. Asia Pacific is obviously where the majority of our international students come from. We have limited numbers of international partnerships that are primarily through our engineering college, and we're looking to expand to have more partnerships with a greater variety of institutions and across a greater range of disciplines. So that brought us here to APAIE. This is part of a 10-day trip that I'm on. Started in Vietnam last week with an agency event in Ho Chi Minh City, and finishing up tomorrow and then heading back on Friday evening. So a quick 10-day trip, but some really intensive conversations happening here. This conference size, I think we've heard, is about, about 2,400 people. So about a fifth the size of what NAFSA will be in May. So in DC, and I'm looking forward to that event. But compared to other regional conferences, this is the largest APAIE. This is their first one post-pandemic. So we're seeing a lot of interaction in the exhibit hall here. For those that have been to APAIE before, this is first one, like I said, mentioned post-pandemic, but there's really a lot of opportunity here, a lot of partnership conversations that have been put off in person over the last 3-4 years with the pandemic. I think it was 2019 the last time APAIE had a conference, so I think they canceled their one at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, so it's been 4 years. So people have been very eager to get back together, and with record turnout that we've seen this year at APAIE, I think the kind of things that we see in the U.S. at NAFSA's, where you have an exhibit hall with literally hundreds and hundreds of exhibitor booths. We are in an exhibit hall, I would say, that is probably a fourth, maybe a fifth the size, maybe a fourth the size of what's available at NAFSA in a typical year, which I think we'll be back to in DC. So you do have folks from NAFSA, from some of the other association worlds in attendance. Folks from NAFSA have a booth. We are, through UNLV, we're participating in the Education USA Pavilion. So we have 11 universities that have space in the pavilion, and we'll be sharing those with you, sharing that space with you here in a little bit. So we've seen, I've had, because our goal here is really focusing on new partnerships, since we're trying to broaden the range where we have them, and talking to colleagues from other associations. And hey Clay, hey Joanna, how are you?
Good.
Doing my live from Wednesday Live. So I'm with Clay Hensley and Joanna Hartman from NAFSA. And, what are we talking about? We're talking about NAFSA?
We're talking about NAFSA.
In DC.
75th anniversary.
That's right. Coming up soon.
Go draw 10,000 people.
At least, right?
At least. Maybe 11.
I hope.
Yeah, so I'm sharing some of the differences and scale from APAIE, and this is their largest event ever. So it's going to be interesting to see how NAFSA shapes up.
Good to see you.
This is your second or third occasion you've been on one of these lives.
I'm sorry?
This is about the second or third time you've been on my live.
Oh, is it? No.
So in terms of the kind of conversations we're having on the institutional side, I'll share with you the Education USA space here in a second. And we have, as I mentioned, 11 different university partners that are here, and we'll share the booth with you. So Education USA, and we've got UNLV, Cal State Fullerton, Sacramento State, Foothill De Anza, Pace University, Northeastern State, St. Cloud State, Ohio Northern, Green River College, Wichita State, and University of Tulsa. So good range of institutions that are part of the booth, and we have so a mix of state, public, and private, and community college as well as four-year institutions. So we've got a good range of institutions that are here, and we've got colleagues from Tulsa and other institutions at our booth. So, like I said, 11 colleges represented. And we each have dedicated time. I share a table with Pace University from New York. So we're talking to Lisa Kraft about what's going on there and sharing some tips. And our friends at Education USA, being green, there you have all their QR codes for more information from partnership boards for EAP and EAP updates and the HEI monthly newsletter. So if you're not already subscribed, it's a really good idea to get on those email lists. And what we've each done is we have these nice display cases where we're able to keep some of our paraphernalia out of our booths. So we've got some good USB swag in here, as well as the key information that everybody needs to have on their majors and programs and such. So we've been here since yesterday morning, and you do see some of the study pavilions that you see at NAFSA. You've got study in Italy next door to us. You've got the Singapore higher ed folks. You've got random U.S. institutions that have also got separate space, who've been active in this region for years. We've got study in Poland, study in Taiwan. So kind of a mini NAFSA in terms of the country pavilions that you see listed here. And we are having, just to give you a little heads up on what's happening tonight, we have a U.S.-Thai partnership event that is being hosted by the ambassador, U.S. ambassador to Thailand, at a local hotel. We're about to leave for that in another 5-10 minutes. So that'll be an opportunity for us to connect. There is obviously a Thailand pavilion because we're in Thailand. So there's some of the top-ranked Thai schools are already here at the pavilion, at the Study Thailand Pavilion and at the conference. But for us, there will be about 30 or 40 more Thai institutions that will be at this initial workshop this afternoon. So we're heading over there in a short order of time. So that's going to be a nice afternoon close to this event. We'll leave the exhibit hall, get out a bit, and face the Bangkok traffic, which is no game. And then after that, the U.S. ambassador is hosting a reception tonight for all the U.S. partner U.S. institutions that are here. There's over 100 registered for the conference. So we've seen a lot of interest from the U.S. government side for their representatives that are here to host us, and that's great. We're going to be at the ambassador's residence for a reception this evening. So again, braving the traffic to get from one event to the next. So it's going to be an interesting evening, but eager to meet with our colleagues in Thai higher education, as well as those from dozens of other countries that are here at this event. So it's an impressive event, my first time to APAIE, and certainly one that will be back on our list to come to in the years ahead. Now for me, this region is obviously, has to be a huge focus for any institution that's internationally active in recruitment and partnerships, where 70% of international students in the United States come from this South and East Asia and the Pacific Rim. We have here at the conference, as I mentioned, in addition to the country pavilions, we have your regular range of service providers. All the English testing companies are here. Some of the other pathway providers are here, Into and others. Study Portals is here. IDP is here. So some other vendors, Kudu, Caney, Environmental Accords, and then also Grok and some other in-country representative services. So it's been a good mix, so kind of a microcosm of what we're going to get in DC, NAFSA. Looking forward to seeing you all there. But for now, that's what we have for you this week on the Roundup, live from Bangkok at the APAIE Conference. So enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll be back in the home office next week for a regular